Hi, second graders. Let's look at some sentences. We're going to find the nouns in that sentence. We're going to look at the nouns and decide if they are proper nouns, naming a specific person, place, or thing, or if they are common nouns, naming a general person, place, or thing. And we're going to fix any of the proper nouns to make sure that they have capital letters. And we're going to look at the common nouns and decide if they are singular, just one, or if they are plural. So let's look at our first sentence. Rob and Beth invited me to celebrate their birthday on June 23rd, 2013. As you look through that sentence, how many nouns do you see? Rob and Beth invited me to celebrate their birthday on June 23rd, 2013. I actually see four nouns in that sentence. Let's see if you found the four nouns that I saw in that sentence. So the first one is Rob, and Rob is naming a person. So that's how we know that it's a noun. It names a person. Is it giving a general name of a person, or is it giving a specific name of a person? It is giving a specific name of a person named Rob, which means it is a proper noun, so it has to have a capital letter. What's the other reason that Rob in this sentence would need a capital letter? Did you say that it would need a capital letter because it is the beginning of a sentence? I hope you remembered that. Let's cross out that R and we're going to make it a capital R for two reasons. One, it's the beginning of the sentence, and two, it is a proper noun. The second noun that I saw in that sentence is Beth. Beth is also the name of a person. Does it give a general name, a common noun, or does it give a specific name, a proper noun? Beth also gives a specific name to that person, which means it is a proper noun. Proper nouns have to have what type of letter at the beginning? They have to have capital letters. So let's cross out that lowercase b, and we're going to make that a capital B. The next noun that I see in this sentence is birthday. Birthday is a thing, it is the name of a thing. Does it name a specific day or thing, or does it name a general? In this case, it is a general name. This is a common noun. If we had said something like Labor Day or Christmas Day or Thanksgiving Day, then that would have been a proper noun because it's naming a specific day of the year. This is just naming a general day, a birthday, and we know that birthdays happen all the time. So birthday is a common noun. It does not need a capital letter. But is that word birthday, is that a singular noun, just one, or is that a uh, plural noun, more than one? So one birthday or two birthdays, right? We don't see an S at the end of this word, so birthday is a singular noun. One more noun that I see in this sentence is the word June. June is also naming a thing. It is naming a month. Does this name a general month or does this name a specific month? It is naming the specific month of June, the sixth month of the year. Since it is naming a specific noun, it does need to have a capital letter because it is proper. So we're going to cross out that J and we're going to make it a capital J. Do you notice one more problem in this sentence? Did you notice that it does not have punctuation at the end? So to decide what kind of punctuation it needs, we're going to ask ourselves, is this a telling sentence? Is it just telling us something? Rob and Beth invited me to celebrate their birthday on June 23rd, 2013. Is it asking a question? Would it need a question mark? If this is a telling sentence, which it is, we also have to decide, does it have emotion behind it? Are we going to say this with some kind of emotion or are we just telling? Depends on how we read it, right? So if I just said, Rob and Beth invited me to celebrate their birthday on June 23rd, 2013, we would just need a period. But if I read it with an excited voice, Rob and Beth invited me to celebrate their birthday on June 23rd, 2013. Then we might need an exclamation point, right? Because we have some emotion behind it. I think this is just a telling sentence, so I think we just need a period. So we have the proper nouns, Rob, Beth, and June, and we have the common noun, birthday. Let's look at our next sentence. Our next sentence is, the bash will take place on Tuesday at Pike Park on Main Street. So when I look at this sentence, I see 4 nouns again. Take a minute and look and see if you can come up with those 4 nouns. The bash will take place on Tuesday at Pike Park on Main Street. All right, let's start at the beginning of our sentence. Is the a noun? No, of course not. The does not name a person, place, or thing, but does the need a capital letter? If you said it does, why does it need a capital letter? The needs a capital letter because it's the beginning of our sentence. So let's go ahead and cross out that T and make it a capital letter. The is the beginning of a sentence. The first noun that comes up in this sentence is bash. Bash is a type of party. So the bash or the party. Does this name a specific bash or does this name a general thing? It, of course, is just a general name for a bash or a party. So this is a common noun. Is this a singular noun, one, or is this a plural noun, more than one? One bash or 2 bashes? Right. This is a singular. We don't see that ES ending on the end, so it is just one bash. The bash will take place on, our next noun is Tuesday. And Tuesday is naming a day or a thing. Is it a general name for a day or is it a specific name for a day? Right. It is naming the 3rd day of the week, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Since it's specific, it is a proper noun and needs to have a capital letter. So let's go ahead and make that T capital. The bash will take place on Tuesday at Pike Park. Pike Park is a thing. Is this naming a general park, just any park, or is this naming a very specific park? Right, it's naming a specific park. If somebody told me to go to Pike Park, I would know exactly what park to go to. Pike Park, it actually has 2 names, kind of like your first name and last name. So both the P's in Pike and Park need to be capital. So this lowercase p needs to be capital, and this lowercase p needs to be capital. The bash will take place on Tuesday at Pike Park on Main Street. Our last noun in this sentence is the name of the street, right? Main Street. Is that naming just any street or is that naming a very specific street? Right, it's naming the specific street. If somebody told me to go to Main Street, I would know what street they were talking about. It's not just any street. Just like with Pike Park, this has 2 parts to it, kind of like a first name and a last name. Main Street. We don't just call it Main, we don't just call it street. So both of these letters at the beginning of these words need to be capital. We need to have a capital M. That was a terrible M. And we need to have a capital S. And then did you also notice that this word does not have, or this sentence does not have punctuation at the end again? The bash will take place on Tuesday at Pike Park on Main Street. Well, it's not asking us a question. Probably not a lot of emotion about it, right? We're not going to get super excited. I think this is just a telling sentence, so we need a period. So we have the common noun bash, singular. We have the proper nouns Tuesday, Pike Park, and Main Street. Let's look at one more sentence. Some children I know from the town of Barton will be there. Okay, let's look at our sentence. How many nouns are in that sentence? Okay, I see 3 nouns. Let's see if you found those same 3 nouns. Again, I notice beginning of a sentence, some is not a noun. It does not name a person, place, or thing, but it does need a capital letter because it is the beginning of a sentence. So let's change that to a capital S. Children is our first noun that we come to. Children names a person, right? Is it general, just any children, or is it a specific one? It is just general, right? Any children. So this is a common noun. Now, is this more than one or one? So is this plural or is this singular? Children. One child or 2 children. This is plural. Now, this is one of those irregular plurals, right? We can't just add an S to the end. We had to change the whole word to children, but that is a plural noun. I noticed that I in there. What do we know? I by itself is always capital. Get that I in there. Okay. And our next noun that we come to is town. Town is the name of a place, right? Is it a general place, just any town, or is it the name of a specific town? It is just a general town, right? We don't know if I said we're going to town. We don't know what town that is. It is general. It is a common noun. Now, is town singular or plural? So is it one town or 2 towns? Right. One town. It's only talking about one, singular. Our last noun is Barton. Barton is also the name of a town, right? But this time it's naming a specific town. If I'm going to Barton, I'm going to that specific town. So Barton is a proper noun. We're going to cross off that B and we're going to give it a capital. Some children I know from the town of Barton will be there. And of course, again, at the end, it's not asking us a question. We're probably not going to have a lot of emotion about it. We're just telling, so just a period. So we have common noun children and common noun town, and then we have the proper noun Barton. So don't forget, proper nouns have to have a capital letter because they are giving a name to a specific person, place, or thing.